Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Dan from Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. I am joined by Scott and Rob, and yes, we are here to predict Survivor Series, the one night of the year when Raw goes head to head with SmackDown.
Oh, and it means so much, boys. I mean, it means so much, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Considering some of them have been on Raw for like 2 weeks. And by the way, that is part of the reason as well why I'm wearing purple, because red and blue make purple. So
nice.
There we go. So
proper on the fence.
Not giving an allegiance to either side. So yeah, obviously we are going to get into Survivor Series. As we know, it's champion versus champion a lot of the time. So yeah, should we just go straight into it?
Let's go.
First match. So the first match we are going to predict is Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion from SmackDown, taking on Damian Priest, who is the United States Champion from Monday Night Raw. On the subject of Damian Priest, we did recently get the opportunity to interview Damian Priest. Scott, obviously, as you can see in the graphic, was asking Damian Priest all about a number of different things: his new celebrity partner, his new character, his theme. Yeah, loads of different stuff, really. I mean, go over on YouTube now and you can watch that interview. There's a few more that are to come as well. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. And we may even let you know about another interview that's already happened as well a little bit later on. Nice. So, for now, let's roll the dice and see who is going to go first for this one.
Before you do, can you say boogs as you throw it? Because you didn't introduce boogs there.
All right, one sec.
Boogs! Oh, it's me. Crap. All right. I think the winner will be Damian Priest. It's tough calling these champion versus champion matches because you feel like someone's going to look bad. They put themselves into a corner. But some of them, I think, I don't think there'll be too much of an issue if they make Nakamura lose at the moment. He's more of the act and the excitement than he is as the champion, with Boogs and a guitar and this whole kind of storyline with him. So as much as I think, again, it is tough to make someone lose, I think here the one that would benefit more from a win or kind of be better to be sheltered, I guess, is Damian Priest going forward on to kind of continuing his rise. Obviously, at some point when you build up a character, they've got to lose that mid-card title to move on to the next thing. So that's got to come at some point. So before that happens, which I think it will with Priest, he's going in the upwards direction, whereas Nakamura, I don't think they'll be putting in that kind of slot anytime soon. I think, therefore, he's probably going to lose his title at some point in the next few months. So therefore, you don't want to have too many losses around that so that he can carry on into the next stage. So I think, long story short, Nakamura is going to lose and Priest is going to win this one.
Cool. And then next one would be Lucas. Obviously, as you can see, Lucas is not on the stream with us, but he has sent in his prediction, and Lucas predicts Shinsuke Nakamura. So already a split in who is going to go for which one. So over to you, Rob.
Yeah, I gotta go with punishment. I'm such an Indian. Every time. It was like you yesterday on the AEW on calling him Daniel Bryan all the time. With JR, this is the problem.
I was only calling that out. That's what that was. But then I made the same mistake. But speaking of which, we did talk to him about his time as Punishment Martinez in the interview. So definitely check that out.
It was,
and on the subject of AEW, as well.
Oh, there we go.
Did sit down and. And you sat down at recap and review of Full Gear.
We did indeed.
Where Hangman Adam Page finally became
Indeed.
AEW World Champion. As you can tell, I didn't even watch the show, but obviously I watched these guys give their thoughts on it.
I'm happy about your excitement, Dan. The fact that you didn't watch it, but you seem really excited that he was champion. That's a positive vibe for me, you know. I'm good about it.
The graphic.
Everyone's got to be happy.
I just saw it on the graphic, mate. I was like, oh yeah, I recognise that guy. I saw him wrestle in York Hall.
He was like, yes!
on the same, ironically, on the same show that we saw Punishment Martinez.
Oh, damn.
True.
So.
But yeah, firstly,
Sorry.
I watched the obviously I'm watching all the interviews as we go along. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there when you done them. But yeah, as a plug, go and watch them. They're so great, and it's not a generic, boring interview that you guys do. It's so different, and that's what I love about like Rebellious Noise interviews. You know, previous ones, and then the ones that you're doing now, and obviously hopefully in the future I'll be there when you do some of them. But go and watch them, especially the ones that you've done recently with the WWE lot. They're great. With that being said, though, I'm still going with Damian Priest. I just love the guy. I just feel like he's in a position where, if booked right, he could be the one to beat Reigns. He's got that about him. And I just feel like that could be the right decision maybe down the line. As you were saying, like he looks like he's a mid-card going upwards. And unfortunately, I really don't want to say this, but I'm actually bored of Nakamura. I never thought I'd say that, but I just think they turn him into a comedy act. And now I'm just a bit bored of him. So, you know, so for two reasons, I'm going Damian Priest.
Fair dues.
Yeah, I think for me, Damian Priest as well for me. Yeah, I think, as you say, I don't really think they're going to be doing like Nakamura to win this. Yeah, it's one of them things, yeah, you know, as you're saying, it's getting a bit stale now. And I mean, obviously, we're going to see some fresh matchups now on SmackDown for that Intercontinental title as well. You know, it'd be nice for him to kind of, I guess, throw Jeff Hardy back in there, back to, I guess, how it all started for him with being a Intercontinental champion quite a while back. So, yes, as I say, I mean, I've got to kind of go with you guys, I think, on Priest and leave Lucas out on his own with Shinsuke. So, yeah, I guess that's that one done. I'm just having a quick little look at what the next one is that we have got coming up, and we will go with this one. It is for the Raw. Sorry, it's not for the Raw Tag Team titles. Yeah. It is the Raw Tag Team Champions, RK Bro, taking on the Usos. So it's Raw Tag Team Champions versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Another one, Riddle, who we also got the chance to interview. That should be out a bit later on this week. Yeah, that was quite fun, actually. Probably one of probably the most fun I have ever had interviewing somebody. The guy is so funny.
I can't wait for that one to be released.
Such a nice guy. I mean, and keeping the gimmick up. I mean, we spoke about it.
Is it a gimmick though? I think it's real, man.
Like we spoke about it as well. Like he had flip flops on with bloody zips on them.
Yeah, like little bum bags on his flip flops. It was mad.
By the way, to all you American viewers, if you don't understand what we mean by bum bag, we mean fanny packs.
Fanny pack, little fanny pack. Yeah,
fanny packs on his sliders. So
that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's another one. That's for another day. But yeah, let's see who is going to go first with this one. It is number. Where's the camera?
You got to figure out where this camera is.
There we go. It's number 2 again.
All right. This is a tough one.
I need to go back in and reload it, Rob, because it's not landed on you yet.
Yeah. No, just keep it as it is.
You got to do that. It'll probably load on Rob then. I'd say, it's really tough because I guess, especially where the Usos are connected to the storyline also with the New Day and Roman Reigns. So you kind of, does a loss happen here for them because a win's happening later on, or a win here in the last? Like, I don't know. I think the most likely scenario is that the Usos lose, but again, they could win both of them and they could look super strong. But I think it's a bit risky making the Usos lose, isn't it? I don't know. I feel like because they're a comedy, lovable act, that RK Bro having a loss wouldn't be that damaging. They're not a proper team as you'd usually get with the Usos anyway. You know, the two people thrown together, as much as it's working and I am loving it. Obviously, this ain't a 10-year career thing for the guys, you know, involved. Whereas the Usos, they are career tag teamers, you know. So
lifetime for them too.
Yeah, of course, a little bit, yeah. So
tag teaming since in the womb, mate.
Of course. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. What am I going first? Okay, how did Raw go? Raw ended with RK Bro kind of looking on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say RK Bro are gonna lose. The Usos are gonna win. Am I? I don't. Yeah, I guess I am. Damn it.
So you're gonna go with the Usos.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. Go on.
I'd say Lucas again went opposite. So Lucas went RK Bro to win this one.
Okay. See, this is the thing. Going first, you guys are going to explain yourselves, and I could feel myself swaying. I could easily be swayed, but it's too late. I'm locked in.
Mm-hmm. I think of all the matchups, this is probably the hardest one for me to call. One, because you know. Everyone that's watched for over the last year or so, especially used to in general, I'm such a Uso mark. Like I'm such a fanboy.
That you are.
Yeah, I am. And I don't like seeing them lose. Like I hate it. But storyline wise, it just feels right for them to lose this match because our RK Bro, they're still, I wouldn't say blossoming. They're becoming more of a flower. Like they've got more. Their music's
that's
joined.
Exactly what blossoming means, mate.
But you mean like
I won't say blossoming. I'll just say what blossoming is.
Yeah, okay. I don't have to pull it. Like they're formed as a flower and now evolving. They're kind of like evolution. You know, I don't know, but
kind of like
you get my drift. Yeah. Kind of. But yeah, man. Like from where they were as that little seed, and then the RKO on Riddle and stuff. And stop it, and now like they've got like their music's joined and the scooter and all. It doesn't make sense for them to lose this because it normally when you have a tag team match like this is one of their matches where the tag teams looks to like there's a crack in the tag team or there's a breakup or do you know what I mean? Something's gonna happen. And with all the music's only been out recently, like the RK Bro music. So I just don't see them losing. So I've got to go with RK Bro for a win.
I feel you might be right.
Yeah, to be fair, I think I'm in probably the same boat in the fact that this is quite tricky to call. But I think, no, it's one of them, I think, with all the champion versus champion matches because I'm not really a fan of having champions losing like non-title matches, and every single match pretty much is having champions lose. But so I guess you got to really think like logically. So Roman obviously in the main event, the Usos in this match. I think RK Bro could take a loss, but then it's do you go with do RK Bro win? I don't know. It is really, really tough actually because I can see both teams winning it. Really, I think the Usos can afford to take the loss, whether it be like a miscommunication thing. Because don't forget when they, I think it was when was it one of the matches that they lost, and Roman was like, "Which one of you was it that lost?" And I think it was they pointed at Jay or something, and he was a little bit annoyed with him there. So maybe they could play into that little bit of dissension again. So for that reason alone, I think I'm gonna have to go with RK Bro.
Oh man! So you could all gain points, and I could lose one there. Like, well, not lose one, but be left behind. That's a bit of a worry. Because I said I'm 50-50 as well. I could definitely see it go your way, but maybe slightly more so that now I've heard you speak. But oh wow,
yeah, it's tricky. That one's tricky. It is very tricky. But yeah, so then we're gonna get on to the next one, which is the women's match, which features Becky Lynch taking on Charlotte Flair. With this one, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to interview either of the people in this match. So sorry, guys.
Yeah. Damn it, we can't plug something. Oh!
Yeah, we can't plug that one. But let's see who's going to go first for this one.
Well, we can plug the build-up show or the recap and review show.
Yeah, it's me this time.
Hey,
Sugar. So, I don't think this match is going to happen.
Okay.
my honest thoughts on it is I don't think it's going to happen.
In the sense that between now and recording and it's been cancelled, cleared, done, we know it's not happening, or it's going to go right up to the day and something happens storyline-wise on the day. Because if you're saying that, that's a bonus point situation. If you're saying it's cancelled, you're not, and we just have to still predict because for what we know. So
yeah, so I reckon Charlotte could lose the title on SmackDown so that they give Becky a different opponent for Survivor Series, purely because of obviously we say speculated, but it's pretty much been confirmed by Becky, the backstage issues that they have, and it's like
but that could be all work.
But are you going to want them to go out there and like just legitimately try and hurt each other, or would you want two people that are going to be in now? Because I think on SmackDown you could easily have Charlotte maybe drop the belt to Sasha Banks and have like a Sasha Banks in there instead, or
nothing's in place like as far as the title match at SmackDown, is that? You just even jumping that thinking.
Well, I think they did. Did they do a contender?
They floated with a little Tony Storm type challenge.
Tony Storm, yeah, and Shotzi as well. But yeah, it's possible. I mean, if we're gonna go purely on who,
okay, so it's not a bonus point on the night thing. It's you think before then. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think before then, I think it could well change. I mean, even like on the night, they. WWE, mate, they could just change it whenever. Like they're probably not even written the card yet. They're just, we'll just have to throw something out there. So who? The thing is, if I go Becky, then I've predicted everyone from Raw so far. So
I haven't even been thinking about that. Yeah.
It's like, do I think it's going to be a Raw clean sweep? Not really. I'm going to go Becky. I think Becky's going to win. If it is this one. Or I think even if the match does get changed and it is somebody else in the match instead of Charlotte, then I still think Becky will be victorious.
Well, if that's the case between now and the build-up show on the night, which we do obviously live before the show, the pay-per-view starts, we'll reevaluate whether or not we'll kind of redo the predictions if the match has changed. But at the moment, you say, yeah, Becky's beating Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I should have been using that time to think because I wasn't as swayed by what you said as much as I hoped. And
if it helps, Lucas has said a draw.
A draw, so he is bonus point in it. Okay,
bonus point in
draw. I mean, if there's ever two people on the roster, I could see them not wanting to pick over and putting a draw in it. It is this.
So basically, so by Lucas, obviously he's not here to kind of like. Elaborate on it,
yeah.
But I'm guessing by draw, that would also mean a permutation of like a no contest or something like that. So anything where there's basically not a finish to the match, not a clear. The winner of the match is Becky Lynch. The winner of the match is Charlotte Flair. So basically, any finish. I'm guessing like a no, double DQ, double count, or something like that. But
yeah, gotcha.
Anyway,
so yeah, another thing that doesn't help as far as influence goes.
Just say Rob, just for shits and giggles, mate. Sorry, just say Charlotte Flair and then give him an even bigger dilemma.
I'm gonna say Becky, simply because Charlotte always looks strong, and it's always in people's mind that she looks too strong, whether that's right or wrong. You know, the perception is that. So maybe they kind of like don't want to run with that here. And, you know, if you are going on backstage rumors, and again, I emphasize rumors because, you know, the title thing, throwing it down where they cut it. Yes. Was there legit heat there? Who knows? Are they mates anymore? Who knows? But if that is the case, then maybe they want to, you know, if they're going to punish anyone or make them lose, to be like, meh. I guess it's Charlotte out of the two of them from the stuff you hear behind the scenes. Not that I think that is necessarily true, but if it is, that's another thing that adds weight to who you're going to make lose. So I'm going to say Becky for that. I don't think, I mean, it's tough because you see they've kind of both got things going on outside of this storyline as well. Again, with the Toni Storm thing, Becky's got Liv Morgan coming after her as well. So maybe it's about letting Becky win. So again, kind of like I mentioned earlier with Priest, Becky's going to win because they know she's about to lose her title, and you don't want to make her look like not a threat. Do you know what I mean? Where maybe Charlotte will, you know, could take a loss because she's not losing her title anytime soon or anything like that, you know. So maybe if Becky is going to lose to Liv Morgan, which I think could be a shout anyway, because, you know, they're definitely trying to rebuild her. Then again, you wouldn't want her to have just lost last month, because then Liv Morgan's like, of course Liv's going to win. Like, it doesn't seem as much as a mountain for Liv to climb if someone else also beat Becky a month ago, sort of thing. So yeah, another they are minor things, but they stack up a little bit on the side of, I think Becky's probably more likely to win, just if they go because of this way, if they're going this way, if they're thinking about that, and if this really is going on behind the scenes, blah blah blah. I guess it's more likely to be Becky.
And also, it's the heel versus heel dynamic as well. So it's
doesn't help.
It's kind of like, who's the crowd going to get behind? Like, I know, obviously, Scott, you and me were in attendance for the Raw live shows, and you know the reaction that Becky is getting from crowds. It's basically like she is still getting cheered, like she is the biggest baby face in the company on the female side, and then it's like she has to literally cut a "your town is rubbish" promo. And
it's tough as well, because on Raw she did do that against, she had the Charlotte kind of thing, but again, because Charlotte's kind of like a tweener as well, it feels this past year at least been crazy, like not knowing how to feel about Charlotte as far as you know, what they want us to feel. And then she's cutting this promo on Charlotte where you can't help go, oh, badass, cool Becky, and then Liv Morgan comes out trying to be the face. It's like, Liv, like, if there's anyone you shouldn't be going up against, and it's not her fault, but it's like, how are you going to get someone over on someone that's struggling to pick up boos? You know what I mean? So that was a really risky thing on Raw. So yeah, I have to agree with you, man. Like, it's so hard with Becky at the moment.
Yeah.
So sorry, Matt, you're still here. We were.
I'm good. I
didn't realise.
Blending in. I generally think with everything that's going on, it only seems right for Becky to win, because I'll be honest, I literally, when we were discussing it about, you know, making plans when we was originally going to record it, but it only announced like 2 matches or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I literally forgot for about a minute, like, Becky's going against who? And I couldn't remember who the other women's champion was. Like, and that's not good for someone that watches it and keeps up to date and does a podcast on it. Like,
it's kind of a bad,
do you know what I mean? Like, that's not good. You know, there's been a few times when I've done that and I'm like, oh, that's who the champion is. And it's not on them. It's just, I'm not invested. And I'm really not invested in Charlotte. Like, there's speculation about what's going on backstage. Obviously, we don't know. It's only hearsay. So I'm not going to use that as a reason to go, oh, this is the reason and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, Charlotte's always had this strong push. I think, 1, because of the Flair name, and 2, yes, she is a great female wrestler, but I mean, she doesn't need the championship to be in if anything, she would be the perfect candidate to lead the Women's Survivor Series team and not be like, because I think that would be more important than the women versus women's match. So I just think she's in the wrong position literally for this whole Survivor Series thing. She should be the captain of the team and not in the this match against Becky. But yeah, I think Becky's going to win. But I do think there's going to be some sort of interference or attempted interference, not bonus pointing. I just think Becky will win clear. But yeah, I reckon interference either during a match or after the match. And it'd be on either Becky or Charlotte or something like that. But I think something else is going to happen.
Even still, what, a babyface to come out and act like a heel? You know?
I think, as you said, I think the biggest issue right now is booking, because if you have Sasha, right, over Charlotte, Sasha would be the face. If you had Bianca Belair, she would be a face. If you have Liv, she's a face. But when they go out against someone like Becky, regardless of who they are instantly the heel, because Becky's such an over face. Bringing her back as a heel was a stupid move, because as much as she's done this, I hate this place and I hate that, a generic heel promo, when we was at the live shows, everyone's still behind her. Like, she literally can't get booed. And when she does, it feels like it's a false boo.
Yeah, we know what you're doing, so we'll kind of help you out here.
Yeah. But that's it. Like,
yeah.
It just doesn't feel right.
It's a bit like Lesnar as well. Like, he just gets a massive pop. Like, as soon as you hear Brock Lesnar's music hit, everyone cheers. And it's and they want him obviously weird. As... the dynamic is just strange, isn't it, at the moment? And I think that's the only reason. I think one of the reasons as well that I think it may change is because obviously they've got that heel versus heel dynamic. But then it's obviously, who do you put in there? Because I mean, obviously they could still go with the chat. Like, they could even say, like, oh, Charlotte's unable to compete, so they're gonna just put someone else in there. It doesn't necessarily have to
represent.
be
I can kind of
Women's champion. Like, just to represent SmackDown kind of thing. So
unless they do a thing where, do you know how we normally get they storm the other show and all this sort of stuff? Like, it's normally we get that, and it's like the build up. I think the best build up we've had was when NXT stormed and they were there, or we had when the women of SmackDown stormed Raw, and then Becky got punched in the face. Like that famous moment. But yeah, I just feel like even the build-up has been awful. It's been lackluster. We were saying about it in a group chat. It doesn't seem like they care. And I think that's hard also to make a prediction, because if they don't come across like they don't care, why should we be bothered, you know? And I think that's what's also made it hard, with, as you said, with dynamic, like heel versus heel. So I think if they are going to take Charlotte out, then I think it makes sense for if they were to storm one of the shows and then Charlotte was to be injured in that scenario.
Yeah.
So then she gets taken out. I think that's the safest option.
Yeah, I think as well, like with like other matches that they could have done. I mean, obviously the with no NXT in it, it's like they could have done, like, say, women's tag champs versus women's tag champs as well. So like the obviously WWE women's tag champs versus NXT ones. They could have even thrown the NXT champion into one of the matches. Tommaso Ciampa interview as well. So obviously Ciampa and Goldie. So it was a two-pronged interview with you, Scott, wasn't it? Legit, Tommaso Ciampa cradled Goldie the whole time, and it was just incredible. And such a nice guy as well. He had a really good chat with Ciampa as well. Go and check that one out as well. Just seems like we're just like plugging interviews here, pretty much. So, Rob, we need the
subscribers and the views. Come on, join us.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. So this would generally, I guess, be the point in the show where we would sit down and predict the men and women's Survivor Series matches. But I'm going to put them up anyway, the graphics, quickly. But we've got, obviously, the women's side of things. We are missing a woman on the SmackDown side due to Aaliyah being removed on SmackDown. On the Raw side of things, since they made the initial graphic, we have had Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio replaced with Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory, and we've had Sami Zayn removed from the SmackDown side of things. So it'd be a little bit unfair, I guess, for us to predict the matches when they're not even complete, because as you guys may or may not know, if you have watched previous ones, we generally do like bonus points with this for like the first person eliminated, the last person standing. Do we do like most eliminations as well, I guess? And then like overall winners. So there's quite a few points up for grabs on these matches. So it'd be a bit unfair for us, I guess, to predict a 5-on-4 handicap match pretty much. So
I can't hear you, Scott.
Yeah, your mic's gone. You've gone.
Oh yeah, well I said we will predict him on the build-up show though.
Yeah, so yeah, obviously it will be on the Survivor Series live build-up show, which will be taking place before Survivor Series. Hopefully we have a full quota of people in those matches by then, and not just go into the show where they're going to decide it on the night. So
a full house as well on our side with Lucas as well. So we kind of need a fifth person to make our own Survivor Series team. But
not that we're going to get points for it. Does anyone care to venture a guess for who's going to be the final man?
No, because we're going to do that. We are going to get points for that anyway. So let's leave it. Let's leave it for the build-up show.
What? No, I think Rob means.
I meant just in general. Like, who do you think will be the final man? Like,
who's the man there?
But that will be.
No, he means who's going to be in that graphic between Xavier Woods.
Oh,
and Baron
you mean
Corbin.
the fifth person in the?
Come on, I know you've had a long day, Scott, but come on, wake up, man.
Long week.
Any ideas?
No, because I can't understand why they're putting people in and taking them out in the first place. So,
well, if you still on SmackDown, probably Von Wagner, but apparently he's in as the role of Adam Pearce's like bodyguard now. So
it looks like Edge looking into a spoon. Do you know?
That's a reference.
It does. Look at a picture of him. It looks like Edge looking into a spoon because his face kind of curves around, doesn't it?
Oh man!
If we ever get to interview him, I'll make sure you're not there.
Oh. But yeah, no. As a person that I thought, I'm really struggling. But I feel like the people that they put in, then taken out, would have made sense to have them there. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It's really weird this year.
I think I mean, we were saying earlier, it seems like they kind of forgot that they had Survivor Series, so they're just scrambling around like, right, let's see it. Because like, you think, why are these people like in this match? Because
they just announced it as well, didn't they? They didn't like do qualifiers or people
just announced it on Twitter. Yeah, and also like the team that was representing Raw, every single one of them was on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. Literally every single one of them was on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. And
now, by the way, we should say Lucas is apparently loading up a rant. So come the build-up show. Again, if you haven't seen one of our build-ups before, they are anything goes, very relaxed and casual. They're fun anyway, but I'm most looking forward to Lucas's rant. So that's just a little nugget there for you, because he has kind of given us that little preview. Yeah, which I think is linked to kind of what we're saying here. So I assume anyway.
Are we going to
probably go on?
I was going to say, are you going to just take that bit of footage and then stick that as a main channel rant? Normally, you clip bits.
Depends how it comes across. Yeah,
I just want to see steam coming out of his ears.
That can be arranged.
Cool.
Just get some props and stick them behind us.
But yeah, I mean, going back to your question, I think probably, I'm guessing Von Wagner maybe, and then on the women's side of things, I've got a feeling Sonya Deville might actually insert herself into the SmackDown side of it.
It's crazy. We've been saying for months like that she's due to get involved in something. You know, there's been a few occasions where it's been like, it would make sense if she came out and screwed this person or jumped in here, and it's just not happened. So it's got to at some point, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So should we get on to the main event now? Well, what we think is going to be the main event, and that is going to be your WWE Champion Big E taking on the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Guess what, guys? Interview. So yeah, we obviously got the chance as well to interview WWE Champion Big E. What a nice guy.
Yeah, another real fun one.
Literally, we want you to go and watch the entire interview. But if you don't watch the entire interview, at least watch the shout out at the end. It's like by far the best shout out we have ever got from anybody. Big E is just the total legend. And really, really good interview. He was very gracious with his time as well. So much like all of the WWE superstars were. So a big thank you to everyone that we did get the chance to interview as well. All of the interviews will be available on the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel I'm guessing by the end of this week they should.
Yeah, pretty much all of them be out this week. Yeah, by the time Survivor Series comes up, we've still got, like you say, the Riddle ones coming out soon, Dewdrop and Kevin Owens. I think that might be all of them. Apart
Bobby Lashley as well.
Bobby Lashley, yeah, definitely, and obviously the three of them that we've already got out. But by the time you watch this, they might all be out. So check the channel.
Should be 7 in total. So there we go. So I did that without even using my fingers to count.
That's impressive.
That's good. So right, so let's get on to who is going to predict this one first. So let's do this. Let's see.
Rob's had a clean sweep. Man. He's out.
There we go. Yeah. It's because the dice has just been tucked away for a while, so it's not been.
What did Lucas do then?
So for this one, Lucas has gone with the big dog, not Big E. So he's gone with the big DOG. What way do I go with this? See, I've got to try and think like strategically. I've gone with Raw across the board so far. So do I go Reigns just because I need to put what I feel as though I might need to put a SmackDown person in? Because the thing is, I don't think a loss will hurt Big E necessarily at this stage. So I think Roman is going to win. I'm not bonus pointing this, by the way, but I think he's going to win due to like shenanigans, like the Usos all like come in and help him out or something, or be outnumbered because like Kofi being injured. So it might be the case of like him and like Ian Woods are outnumbered by like Roman and the Usos. Could be like ref bump and then do something like that. But Roman Reigns for me.
See, this is a tough one because even when you were talking, I was getting ready to just go Roman Reigns because I feel like any title match is going to win. And I think, well, he's so strong, he's just going to win. But if there's any time to make him lose, it's now when it ain't for a title. So maybe they will. And if I go on my kind of reasoning that I have on other ones where I reckon the person that loses their title soonest won't be losing now, then I think that's Big E. I think Big E's going to lose the title before Reigns does. So in that sense, I would say Big E's going to win. Roman doesn't have anything to lose. And I do feel like there's some sort of shenanigans coming its way as well, whether or not it comes from the New Day side or the Uso side. Something I feel like is going to happen. Now, because of that, that is an easy way to say, Roman didn't win because of X, Y, Z. But then I've also said, have I said the Usos will win or lose?
So you said you're the only one who says the Usos are going to win.
Right, that's it. So, and then I was thinking, but you guys said the other way, and I think that might be more likely that they lose, and therefore they have to come look good. They can't look bad twice. But going from my judgment, they've already looked good, so they can look bad in this area. As so a unit,
cost him or something, maybe. Like accidentally.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they've won, but then they cost him, but then I think you guys might be more right in that they actually lose anyway, and therefore this is their kind of making up for it. Maybe I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a really tough one because again, like maybe Big E could afford to lose. Because
you don't want to chuck any bonus points on something, maybe like a draw or like a DQ.
No, I do think there'll be a winner, and.
Do you think it'll be clean?
No, I don't think it will, but I'm not bonus pointing it. Same as you. I'm not risking it because I can't tell which way it's going to happen. So I definitely can't bonus point it if I can't even figure out my main point. But like, if I feel like if Reigns is losing, it's because there's been some kind of shenanigans, and that's kind of the excuse they use for Reigns to lose, and therefore Big E looks strong. But if he doesn't, if he wins, I also think shenanigans probably played part in it to make Big E look good and be the sympathetic babyface. So again, if there's any time to make Reigns lose, it's now because it's not for the title. It kind of doesn't matter. Last year, again, they made him win against Drew because they clearly want him to be the stronger champion and go on to this point here. So the argument could be, well, he's already bigger than anyone could ever expect and imagine. So do you really need to keep building him like a monster? But the other side of that coin could be, well, yes, because it's about to be that reigns going to end soon, whether it be at Mania against whoever. At some point, he's got to lose. So do you really want him to lose now again if he's going to lose soon? But again, I go back to if anyone's going to lose any time soon between the two of them, their title, that is. I think it probably is Big E. Roman Reigns is going to win. I'm going to say Roman Reigns is going to win.
So you're going with Roman as well. So obviously we know Lucas has said Roman Reigns. So now we throw over to Rob.
So my prediction is there will be no winner. I think shenanigans are going to happen. When we think the shenanigans are over, Brock Lesnar's got to emerge and just wreck everyone and then walk out. There's going to be a champion. Brock will, I think, like, to make a statement, Brock standing in the middle of the ring at the end of this match, because you know this is going to be the main event of the pay-per-view with both championships in his arms. I think that should be the final picture.
Yeah, but I mean, as cool as a picture I think that could be, why? Like, he's not going to go after E, is he?
I just don't think he cares. He's going to have one. If he picks up one title, why pick up one when you can pick up both?
I think
just
what he
dominant.
could do is he'll pick up E's one and do a kind of like, and
or
definitely
throw it,
doing this and be like, kind of to taunt it, and then pick up the other one and be like, this is the one I want, and go after Roman. As if we don't know he's going after Roman, but it's still a cool image.
But I don't think there's going to be a winner, so I don't want to put it down as a no DQ or no contest. I just don't think there will be a winner. That's what will happen, and then that's how it will happen. But I reckon Brock's going to come out.
So I mean that's the thing though. But if you do a no contest or a draw, that is a bonus point. So you're either doing a bonus point on that, or you can use a bonus point on saying more specifically, Brock will come out, but it will cost XYZ, and XYZ is going to, and ABC is going to win. So,
well, all right. So I don't want to, because the technical term, right, would be no contest.
Right.
But last time I said a specific thing was going to happen.
WWE
it happened, and WWE screwed us with exactly what we said. But they
because we said someone was going to attack someone, and therefore there'd be a winner and loser. But they said no contest. So I guess rather than risking Brock's going to attack this one, and this one's therefore going to win or lose, are you just going to say there's going to be something because of Brock? It doesn't even have to be Brock, but I know that's what you're saying. But your bonus point would basically be it's going to be a no contest, because that's probably
I reckon so. I'll bonus point and no contest.
Okay. So essentially, like what Lucas is going for in the Becky and Charlotte match, where it's going to be like there'll be no clear winner, so no contest will cover like double DQ, double counter, that kind of stuff. I'm guessing as well. So
like a ref stoppage, match stoppage, or anything like that. So that's what'll happen.
Just I mean, so I'm locking that in. No contest. Cool. So subject of that, Brock Lesnar apparently has been announced for the December 10th episode of SmackDown, which is in LA.
Okay.
Apparently bought a front row ticket for the event because he's still technically suspended. So that's partially why I don't think he's going to show up.
Yeah, would they do that if they've already had him come out at Survivor Series? So
I don't think they would have announced that if they were planning this. But
you've technically not locked it in as a Brock reason, so it could still be no DQ or whatever. So you could get lucky there. Like, even though you think it's Brock, it'll be someone else, but you're technically right still. So it's mad. This pay-per-view could throw, as much as I do think it's been thrown together and quite weird and it's hard to pick. Prediction-wise for us, especially when we add in our bonus points on the build-up show for the 5-on-5s, like the scores could go so many different ways. It's going to be a really interesting pay-per-view for trying to retain this. And
can I? My fear is that our results go that bad that Lucas is on top. Is there a way that Lucas can go first after this pay-per-view?
I think he could.
I just don't want that to happen.
Rounds. He's chucking them around. Then there's going to be more on the 5-on-5. Lucas could get it, man. He could go top.
So let's have a quick look at the table. We'll throw over to it at the moment. So me and Rob are sitting at the top on 32 points.
Oh my days!
And Scott is just behind on 30, with Lucas bringing up the rear on 27.
But that's the thing. Even on a 5-on-5, you could win 3 points in a 5-on-5. So
it's quite easy. Like, you could say, "Oh, Team Raw's gonna win." And the thing is, you got to think as well. You've got, it's not one, but there's two of the. There's two of the 5-on-5 matches. So you've got obviously a Raw one, a SmackDown one, and then Lucas has gone for a bonus point here. Rob's gone for a bonus point here as well. So it could literally, the order could change like throughout the show as well. It could be one of those like last day of the Premier League season where like 4 teams can like get into Europe or stay up. And,
well, that's it. It could be. That's what I mean. It's a big pay-per-view for us, even if it ain't for WWE. It means a lot to us because of this table.
And then don't forget, we've got. Go on, sorry,
man. I'd say Money in the Bank predictions. This mask was worn, and I got both winners. So I have to. So it's on the mask. If not, then I'm just in the wrong place.
But yeah, we got obviously the next one after this is there's nothing in December. So this is our last predictions of 2021 as well.
Wow.
I guess unless they decide that they're going to suddenly throw another
content elsewhere, you know, the more interviews and special videos we've got coming up as well. But
well, no, I mean, like prediction wise, it's like unless they kind of just throw on a random like, oh yeah, we're going to stick like Armageddon on in December or something, or
if not, it's day one, isn't it? Day one-ish.
It will be day one, and then followed then by probably one of our favorite pay-per-views of the year is the Royal Rumble. So yeah, I think there's only I guess there's only 4 more to go if we think about it. So you got obviously after Survivor Series, there's day 1 Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania. So we're getting to the business end of this now. So who knows which way it's going to go. So yes, I think that's probably like a good note, I guess, on getting out of here. But as we say, thank you to everyone that's watched this. Don't forget, as we said, go back over to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. Check out the interviews with Big E, with Ciampa, with Damian Priest, and with all the other people that we have interviewed. Don't forget as well, go back and check out the AEW review of Full Gear. There's a load more stuff on there as well. And we will be back with the Survivor Series build-up, which will be on Sunday evening. I'm not too sure on time yet.
We'll figure
what time it's going to be. We'll figure that out, and we'll let you all know.
Depends when the show's on there.
Yeah, so anyway, thank you, Scott and Rob, for joining me. Thank you guys at home for watching. Until Survivor Series, till the build-up show. That's the one. Until the build-up show, we will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.
See ya.
Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action.